everyone. I hope you are having a great start to 2022. I had a great couple of weeks off and it was really nice, and I was able to spend a lot of time with family and just really enjoy the holidays and getting to list and reflect on everything that was absolutely incredible about 2021. This year had a lot of amazing and great opportunities and moments, but it also had some of the darkest days that I've experienced in a long time. And I know that a lot of people felt that way, with the highest of highs and the lowest of lows with this year. So with that being said, I'm going into 2022 with so much positivity and fresh thoughts, and I have so many amazing things planned, and I'm so excited to see what this year brings for us on this channel as well as my Instagram. I am really focusing on creating something in a community that we can all really just enjoy and be a part of. If you already are not following me on Instagram, make sure you do. That's where I post the most. I post on there at least every other day, and I really try to engage with my community there so much. And then this channel is going to be getting like 1 or 2 videos a week. So if you want more of me, definitely check out my Instagram. I am very proud of that and what I've grown and created on that platform. So please check that out for me. Before I jump into talking about what this video is going to be about, let's just address, yes, I dyed my hair brown. I have been blonde my entire life, and then I had to kind of hold up the blonde for a long time because a lot of times with blondes, as they get older, their hair darkens, and then they always know that they're blonde, so they try to kind of continue that blonde in their hair, and I just kind of got tired of it. I went to the strawberry blonde for a while, and then I was finally ready to take the plunge, and honestly, I feel like this is so me. It makes me feel so good. I love it to death. I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon. Like, it's just this beautiful, rich color, and I just absolutely adore it. So I hope you guys like it as well. But yeah, so I wanted to address that and kind of get that out of the way before we focus on what is going to happen in this video. Now, I know this is 2022. I made this list last week, or actually started it 2 weeks ago and kind of just kept adding to it. But it is the 21 favorites of 21, all related to Disney. So these are all of my Disney 2021 favorites, and I wanted to kind of use it as a way to recap for 2021, and we can maybe do this every year going forward, of just the amazing things that either I've experienced at Disney or are Disney related or Disney came out with, you know, anything Disney. So I created this list and I'm excited to share it with you guys. I will be looking at my phone because that is where the list is. Also, look at how cute this phone case is. This is from Get It Creations. I've mentioned them before. They're my favorite phone case brand, and I bought 2 different ones, like kind of featuring the 50th, so I really like this one because it has the castle. The other one's a little bit busier, but this is more simplistic. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump in. This is in no particular order, just FYI, and I have one bonus one at the very end. So let's get started. So my first item on my list is actually a merchandise item. There's not a lot of that on here, surprisingly, but it is this 50th cropped sweatshirt hoodie. I really, really love this. This is probably my favorite clothing item that they came out with for the 50th. It's just super comfy. It's very me. It's very much my style. So this is definitely a favorite of 2021 in terms of Disney. I think they did a really good job kind of channeling my demographic with the style. So I really, really like it. And this is probably one of my favorite sweatshirts ever. I wear it all the time along with this one, but this one's not from Disney. It's actually H&M. But I really liked this sweatshirt, and I really like that it's 50th, and I like the rose gold, like everything about it. So that is my first one. So my second favorite of 2021 is Raya and the Last Dragon. Now, I don't know if that came out this year or technically 2021 or 2020, but it was a big favorite of mine in 2021. I named my dog after Raya. I loved everything about that movie. I loved Sisu, and my niece loves that movie and she loves everything about it. It's just very mythical, very beautiful, and I just love everything about that. She's just a true warrior. I love that the way they did it, and that was a big favorite of mine as a Disney favorite in 2021. Number 3, this is actually two in one because it has 2 parts to it. The Jungle Cruise movie was so good. My husband is like obsessed with The Rock, so that's just kind of a given, but the movie itself was really, really good, very well done, gave me very like National Treasure vibes. I love adventure. There was just so much to it that I really enjoyed, and it had a great twist. I think they did a really good job bringing that ride to life. It was just an absolute favorite of mine. But part 2 to that one is that the changes that they made to the actual ride itself, love those as well. Those are really good. They did a good job incorporating some newer elements and also changing things to make them politically correct. And I just think that what they did is really, really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I think there were a lot of surprises, a lot of stuff I wasn't expecting for them to change that they did. So there was just a lot there that I really loved. Number 4, the Cruella movie. That one was incredible as well. There's a lot of movies on here. I love seeing movies. I go to the movies like once a week or once every other week. But the Cruella movie was really well done. I loved that they gave her such a beautiful and strong backstory, and I think they did a good job with the casting. Everything about it was very smooth. I loved the fashion in it. Like, everything about it was just really well done. I'm a big fan of that movie. I just thought it was really good, and that is one of my favorites of this year. Sorry, I have to stop saying that. Of last year. Number 5 is another movie, and it is Shang Chi. I am a huge Marvel stan, not just because Disney owns them, but I've always been a superhero person. I'm a little bit like timid when it comes to all the new characters that are coming into the Marvel, well, I guess they're not necessarily new, but that they're kind of bringing to the forefront for the new Marvel Avengers. And Shang-Chi was a big surprise for me. I think it didn't get a lot of the love it deserved. I don't know if a lot of people talked about it, but it was really well done. I love Awkwafina being in it. I love all of the characters. I love the story, and I love the magic of it too. There's so much magic and magical elements to it, and they really bring in the culture, and I think that's just why it kind of just tipped the scales and went beautiful, like one of my favorites. So I think that was a really good movie of this year, or of last year. Number 6 is Encanto. Now, this, I don't really find it to be a child movie. Like, kids can see it, but I feel like the depth of the story is really aimed more towards adults. And I think that the music in it, the storyline, the movie was very well done. I love the colorful elements. Everything was just so bright and vivid, and I feel like there was just so much story to unfold there, and I think they did a really good job with that one as well. Number 7 is the new Epcot fireworks, Harmonious. That is an absolute favorite of this year, of last year. 2021 brought us 2 different incredible fireworks shows, but Harmonious, out of this world. I think that it was so much more than I envisioned, and it hit me on so many different levels that I didn't expect. It was just such a beautiful, unexpected gift, and I think that Disney knocked it out of the park with Harmonious. It's my absolute favorite now, and I want to see it every day of my life. So I loved Harmonious, and I'm so glad that they brought it to us last year. The song, You Are the Magic. So even though I am not a big fan of Disney's enchantment fireworks on the castle, You Are the Magic, the song is very catchy. Really like it. It gives you a lot of like positive energy, a lot of like uplifting feeling, and we always need more positivity in the world. I think they did a really good job with that song. Very catchy. Definitely an earworm, and really love that one. Number 9 are all of the iridescent outfits that Mickey and Minnie and Daisy and Donald and Goofy and Pluto and Chip and Dale all wear. I think that the iridescence in general, as it being like the 50th celebration kind of color, beautiful. It has always been one of my favorite kind of colors, that iridescent shift of color with like the purpley, silvery, blue, pink kind of mix is just my favorite color, or one of my favorite. I don't know if you would call it a color, but you know what I'm saying. But they did a really good job with that, and I love the outfits. Minnie's dress is beautiful. I love that Donald looks so dapper in his little suit jacket. Of course, Mickey looks amazing in his whole outfit. I think they did just great job. Great job with the costuming. Great job. Number 10. So I have a couple of rides listed here, and number 10, number 11, and number 12 are probably like up there with favorite rides ever, but 2021 really brought it out of me. And so number 10 is Big Thunder Mountain. Love that ride. There are, as I've talked to you guys before, some roller coasters I just can't do, or if I do them, it's just like too much for me, but I'll do them. Big Thunder Mountain, love that ride. There's just something about it. There's not much story to it, but it's just so fun. It's very like themey, but not too overly themed. I love everything about it. The spin, well, not the spins, but yeah, I guess you would call them spins, curves. The navigation of the ride is really good, and I just love everything about it. I love the bumpiness. I love the roughness of the ride. It's just so much fun. I absolutely love that. Number 12 is Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion has been a ride that some people just absolutely love, and I knew that I always loved that ride, but like I never went like so die hard. Like I don't feel like I need like all of the Haunted Mansion merch. Like I'm not gonna be one of those kinds of people with the ride, but the ride itself is the ride that I always have to do when I go to Disney. I know that it breaks down all the time. I know that it has so many like ups and downs, but it is just my absolute favorite ride. And when they did the little like Muppet Haunted Mansion thing around Halloween, I loved that. It was such a good tribute to the ride. But the whole experience, even if it breaks down, I love being in that ride. I love just like there's some kind of like nostalgia to it. Yes, it's been around for a long time, which also probably adds to that nostalgia, but I just love that ride so much, and it's just one of my favorites. Number 12 is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now I know some people absolutely hate that ride, and I don't understand why, but it is my favorite thing to do at Haunted Mansion, at Hollywood Studios. I love Rise. I love that ride, but there's something about Mickey and Minnie being a headliner of a ride, being the main feature, having it focused around our Fab Five. There's just something around that entire experience that makes me love it so much, and it makes me feel kind of like a little kid. I love the little tornado scene. Oh my god, there's just so much about it that I really love. And when I did it the first time in 2021, I got on that ride and I wanted to go on it again immediately. It was just so much fun, and it was so unexpected, and it's just such a fun experience for that little kid that loves Disney. Number 13 are my glove ears. I did not expect these to be so vitally important in my Disney wardrobe. I love all of my ears. They all have a special purpose. But these ears are the ones, if I don't know what to wear, like these are my go-tos. They are the most comfortable. I could wear these all day. They are super fun and a little bit different. Like you don't see a lot of people wearing these because they're not the traditional like bow ears. Mickey and Minnie always address these because they love that it has the gloves. So I think that these are a big favorite. They went with me on almost every trip I did this year except for one, and they were featured in a lot of my Instagram posts still. Okay, so now we've got a food item. So number 15 is the Mickey Pretzel. I love the Mickey Pretzel. I never knew how much I loved it until I didn't have it, and I can't eat it because of gluten, but I usually eat one no matter what because I think it's just necessary for me sometimes. So yeah, the Mickey Pretzel is my favorite traditional Disney treat that I will eat all the time. It is delicious. I can't get over I always need it. I always need one when I go. And right now I'm like seriously craving it. Like I'm craving it just talking about it. So you know it's good when you crave it so much. And then also another food item is number 15. Did I say 15 or 14? Well, 14 and 15 are interchangeable, so it's one of those. And it's the 50th anniversary spring rolls. I love the cheeseburger spring rolls. Don't get me wrong, they're delicious. I love the buffalo ones. But the 50th spring rolls were out of this world. They were pastrami and they had like a mustard dipping sauce. So it's kind of like a Reuben almost in a spring roll form, and it's so good. I could eat so many of those. They're so good. And I just love the size that those spring rolls are because it's a really good snack, but it's like filling enough that you don't feel like you need to eat more and more food after you eat one. So highly recommend if you haven't tried them, definitely try them. I think that's the best like 50th snack they came out with. Number 16 is just overall the 50th celebration. Obviously 2021 was the 50th, so you kind of have to address it, and I think that they did a decent job. I've had an entire video focused on what I thought like hits and misses of the 50th celebration, so you can check that out. But I just want to say overall the 50th celebration was great. So happy that it's here. I'm glad that we get to keep celebrating for another year and a half, I think is like the entire length of the celebration. So there's a lot of amazing stuff with that. But I just wanted to say that overall as the celebration itself, big hit of 2021. Now on a little bit more of a personal note, I loved having COVID Disney. Now I know that sounds really, really bad, but I don't mean it in any bad way at all. But when they shut down the parks and then slowly started to build back up, the parks were so quiet. It was like an after hours event all the time. You were able to wait in lines for 5 minutes to get on your favorite ride. You were able to feel safe by social distancing. They did a great job with, taking all the precautions of keeping everyone safe. Yes, a lot of things were still closed, but the main attractions were open. And I think my favorite part about it was honestly just how quiet it was and how you kind of got to experience Disney in a whole new light because you weren't constantly planning every single element and jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, like you do with like the Fast Pass system or now the Genie Plus system or the Lightning Lanes, and just having to constantly feel like you're booking every single thing. I liked that it was more lax. You just kind of got to live in the moment, enjoy it, figure out what you wanted to do next. Wait in line for 45 minutes? Sure, why not? Wait in line for 15 minutes to do this ride? Go on a ride more than once because it has no wait. Like there was just so many amazing kind of open opportunity when COVID hit and Disney started to reopen. So I really miss that because now it's kind of back to regular crowd levels and it's very overwhelming and can get very claustrophobic. But I mean, obviously I'm glad that Disney has been able to open more and, have things reopen that have been closed for a long time, but I do really miss that quiet, like really quiet element of COVID Disney. Number 18 is starting this channel and starting my Disney Instagram. This has been my year of creating new opportunities for myself, creating new communities with all of you, and this channel and my Instagram have been my babies. I put so much of my love and energy into it, and I cannot wait to continue to do that because you guys mean so much to me, and I love that I've been able to connect with so many of you and share the same love of Disney, and I'm glad that we all have a focus and a niche together, and it just makes us connect on a level that I have never been able to really connect with people before. This is a big highlight of 2021, and it is definitely going to continue in 2022. So number 19 has been experiencing Disney with new friends. I got to go to Disney with just my husband once. I got to go to Disney with my mom, by myself with my mom, which we do a lot, a couple of times, but I also got to go to Disney with some friends that don't live in the same state as I do. One is a very long-time friend and he lives in Tennessee, so it was kind of a nice experience to be able to kind of go and experience Disney together. We're both huge Disney lovers, and I also got to meet a new friend that also now lives in Florida, and they are such incredible people, and experiencing Disney with them was really, really fun. It was just kind of nice to see Disney through other people's eyes. You guys know that I always talk about how much I love to experience Disney through other people's perspective, and it was really fun doing that with them, and I would not have it any other way. So that was one of my highlights of last year. A couple more movies for 20 and 21. So actually one's a TV show, Wanda Vision on Disney Plus. Incredible. It was a huge hit for me. I think that it was so well done. There were so many twists and turns, so much like drama, but like it was so good, and it gave me so much more respect for Wanda, and I can't wait to see what they do with her going forward. And then of course Spider-Man No Way Home. It was well done. I don't really feel like I need to talk too much about it because there's so much like hype and love surrounding that movie. I feel like I don't really need to share too much. I just think that that was a good highlight of 2021. Good way to close it out. They did a good job. Now, my last thing is a bonus item, and it was because it came to me after I completed my list, and I knew I had to mention it. It was not everybody's favorite, I'm sure, but the backside of Water Float at Sunshine Tree Terrace was so good. I only got to have it the one time, but it was the cotton candy soft serve, and it had like a sour belt, and it was, I love cotton candy flavor. I sound like a child, but it was so good. It was just so good, and not a lot of people talked about it, so I have to mention it, and I just wish that they would have it all the time, but obviously it was a special time thing, and that's okay. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that 2022 is going to bring so many new amazing opportunities and things, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys going forward. So I hope that this video was kind of a nice little roundup of last year, and tell me like what were some of your 21 favorites? Like what were things that happened last year that were incredible? Let's focus on all the positives and try to not leave the negatives in the past, but you know, we're going to take them in and we're going to breathe through them, we're going to work through them, but we're also going to expel out so much positive energy and bring all of the amazing things that 2022 has to offer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye!